For our country we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together. So much of things that we need to see about. Surely I do have to spell them out. Cause you know as well as I do, the only way is put in more effort and less play.
Yes, indeed. Put in more effort and less play. Welcome to the Dynamic Hour. Welcome to this segment in the program where I will lay a solid foundation for meaningful engagement. I want to encourage those on Facebook and YouTube to please share the live. Sharing is caring. I want to start off by saying there seemed to be a deliberate effort on the part of the NNP to give people here in Grenada and those outside of Grenada, living in the diaspora, this false idea that nothing is happening in Carriacou or Petit Martinique. That is what they're out to do. So every time they get the opportunity to speak, to be on a program, what they do is push a certain agenda. What they do is make people believe that nothing is happening in Carriacou, when that is far from the truth. The facts remain. The Grenadian people are going to Carriacou, going to Petit Martinique, and experiencing the build back better, the bounce back, and seeing the resilience of the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, seeing them build back their homes, build back their lives. They're given support from different angles, which is great. And that is what you want. You want to see that kind of stuff happening. So things are happening for the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, but there are some NNP supporters who are deliberately using different platforms to push a certain agenda, to make people believe that nothing is happening in Carriacou and Petit Martinique, which is really sad. I tried to get some videos and, some materials to show you that things are happening in Carriacou, and it's not in any order. We're just saying that all things are happening in Carriacou.
80 students from Carriacou and Petite Martinique received education care packages from the government of Grenada on Wednesday. This will assist in the uninterrupted flow of their educational journey at the T.A. Marichaud Community College and the New Life Organization, NULO. Minister for Education is Honorable David Andrew.
Education is the passport to the future. For tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. Students, your education is part of the recovery effort from Hurricane Beryl. Your education is part of the recovery from the destruction of Hurricane Beryl. And I want you to understand that. And that's why I'm happy you're here. Because Beryl probably took the roof and took some structures. But you get this well, Beryl and a million like it can't take it from you. And so I want you to understand what's happening here. This government understands, your government understands the value of education to its people, and we have put a high priority on education.
The education care packages covers 2,000 for accommodation, meals and transportation, 5,000 for uniforms and 1,200 for textbooks for the first month's installment. Additionally, each student will receive a laptop. From the second month, students will only receive the 2,000 monthly to cover living expenses, given that uniforms and textbooks will already have been covered in the initial payment.
Right. So the students, so we know that the government continues to give students from Carriacou and PT Martinique attending TAM, CC, and NULO the necessary assistance, laptop, computers, living expenses. You know, they get in, I think, $2,000 every month, and the government continues to assist them to make sure that they get a proper education. All right. The NNP not going to talk about that. They are not interested in that. All they do is to go and run them out on different programs, spread lies, spread misinformation. That's how they operate.
The Princess Royal Hospital on Carriacou is now fully operational and ready to provide essential health services to residents 3 months after sustaining significant damage from Hurricane Beryl in July. The hurricane left the island's healthcare sector in disarray, but the hospital has now been restored and was officially reopened over the weekend. According to Deanna Isaac, Public Relations Officer for the Ministry of Carriacou and PT Martinique Affairs, the opening ceremony was attended by government officials and members of the health sector.
We want to let the public know that hospital services have officially resumed at the Princess Royal Hospital. We know during the passage of Hurricane Beryl that Princess Royal Hospital lost its roof, so hospital services was relocated to the Hillsborough Health Smart Health Center, but now everything is back up at the Princess Royal Hospital. The clinic can now function as a district clinic, so persons can utilize now the Princess Royal Hospital for hospital services.
Isaac said while the hospital is back in service, 4 other health clinics on the island are still undergoing refurbishment.
Our 4 clinics did suffer damages, so the Ministry of Health is working steadfastly to ensure that reconstruction work start on the 4 clinics, 3 in Carriacou and 1 in PT Martinique. Minister of Health, Honorable Philip Tellisford, was in Carriacou on Saturday with his team for the resumption of hospital services. The hospital bypass road, I'm happy to report from the Ministry of Carriacou and PT Martinique Affairs that that road is now completed. So persons now have another access to the Princess Royal Hospital to and from. We are continuing to work on the 16 Corners Road. That was compromised during the passage of Hurricane Beryl. We're building a new retaining wall, and we're also widening that road.
Right. So a lot is happening. The Princess Alice Hospital that is back up and running in Carriacou. The police station back up and running. In fact, I was looking for a video clip of that because I actually saw it myself, right? Government buildings, the main government buildings and so on, that is back up and running. The Top Hill home, that is back up and running, right? Back up and running. The residents, they return to the Top Hill home. I think Minister Gloria Thomas actually went there to welcome them back to the Top Hill home. I was looking for a little video on that because, you know, the NNP, they're out there running them out and saying all kinds of stuff about Carriacou and PT Martinique, Nolan Cox and all the others, because that is what they do. Bad mouth, run mouth, see all kinds of stuff. And it's pure lies, right? I was just looking for a clip, at least for the folks online to see, you know, video evidence is always the best. So the Honorable Gloria Thumb.
Your family, your friends, and loved ones, you come up and bring that cake and bring the beer and all the little happens. Stay time with you, love you,
right. They're back. They're back in the Top Hill home. They refurbished the facility and they're back in the Top Hill home in Carriacou. a lot of work is being done in terms of housing, right? In terms of housing, material assistance was given to a number of people. I think it's about $30 million worth.
Minister for Carriacou and PT Martinique Affairs, Honorable Tevin Andrews, providing an update on key housing projects in progress in Carriacou. The government's Build Back Better and the construction of prefabricated homes by the Hands That Serve, a Trinidadian volunteer organization, are two of the housing restoration initiatives for the residents of Carriacou and PT Martinique who were affected by the July 1st.
In a telephone interview with MTV News on Tuesday, Minister for Carriacou and PT Martinique Affairs, Honorable Tevin Andrews, highlighted government's commitment to improving living conditions for residents on the Sister Isles, while sharing with us the significant milestones achieved in the past 7 months. He says to date, over 2,000 residents have received roofing materials as part of the government's post-disaster recovery program. A total of $30 million has been spent to provide roofing assistance.
Right. So a total of $30 million spent to provide roofing assistance. I think it was up to about $15,000 or so worth of materials given to 2,000 plus 2,000 plus residents, homeowners and so on in Carriacou. And that's a lot for an island like Carriacou and PT Martinique, another island, providing 2,000 plus households or families with roofing assistance to build back their roof stronger and better, worth $30 million or more. And that's besides the houses, that they're building, the prefab houses, the build back better houses, and that kind of thing. That's different. So that's a lot in the scheme of things.
Ensuring that affected households can rebuild or repair their homes.
Rebuilding is not something that is going to take a 1 year or a couple months to do. If you're building a house, it takes time, planning and executing, and of course finishing. As we speak, over 2,100 plus people were assisted with roofing material at an approximate figure of $30 million. If you come to Carriacou, while you may see some homes still have tarpaulins, you can also see a number of homes that put back their roofs. And that is as a direct result of government support. So government is not just sitting by. Over 2,100 plus people were supported through the roofing material at an approximate cost of $30 million.
In addition to the roofing assistance, the minister announced that 20 prefabricated homes are en route to Grenada. Andrews disclosed that while they have not reached a targeted 50 Build Back Better homes, a total of 97 new homes were built and distributed through collaboration with the Ministry of Social Development, the Government of Grenada, and volunteer organization Hands That Serve. He confirmed that 33 Build Back Better homes has been completed thus far. While he did not give a specific number, he stated that some of the homes will be soon handed over to residents who will be able to move in by next week.
Through the Ministry or the Division of Social Development, we managed to build 17 homes. And through our direct response to burial as well, we managed to construct and are in the process of handing over some homes, and it comes up, that's the Build Back Better now, 33 Build Back Better homes. So 33 Build Back Better homes, 17 homes to the Division of Social Development, 27 homes that were given by Hands That Serve with a collaborative effort by the Government of Grenada, and the 20 prefabs that are on its way. You do the math and you would see how many homes in all.
A proud Andrews told MTV News that with just 7 months since the passage of Hurricane Beryl, schools, the courthouse, administrative buildings, and the hospital is currently fully functional. He says, considering that 98% of homes were destroyed by Hurricane Beryl, he is satisfied that they have made significant strides.
So in 7 months, schools are operating. The hospital, which was not operational after the hurricane, is now operational. Our police station, courthouse, administrative building, I can go on and on, are all operating. And all the other support that we have given to our people through education, etc., etc. And it must be noted as well that even our airport was not functional after the hurricane. I'm happy to report that our airport is now fully functional after the devastation caused to the building. So, am I satisfied? I am satisfied that after 7 months we've made so much progress. But I also know that there is still a lot of work to do.
For MTV News, Kadisia Franklin.
Right, so that's the Honorable Tevin Andrews there. Just playing little pieces for you because you have those NNP supporters who are out there giving people this false idea, this false, information, which is really sad. And it sickens me to the core because they know that the government is trying its best to get Carriacou back to where it was and even better. They know that.
Kevin, finish it inside. There you go. This is your home. Thanks for inviting us in. We have 5 letters. 5 letters. Finish it because it's covered. Another 5.
Tanko assistant or something. You have a family with a tank. And probably use probably incorporate some hurricane traps. That should help.
Right. So look, the evidence is there, and that is what is beautiful. The evidence is there to prove that the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, they're bouncing back. They're bouncing back. They're building back. You could imagine $30 million spent on roofing materials to assist 2,000 plus families in Carriacou. And then still, remember, they removed the VAT on building materials and a number of taxes, property taxes, and so on. They're exempted for a period of time. So a lot of work is being done to help the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. But still, you have the NNP, surrogates, pundits, MPs, all of them, senators running their mouths, saying all kinds of stuff, spreading all kinds of misinformation. Look at the houses that the people are getting. They're building back these houses stronger and better for the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. It's just sad how the NNP is out, how they're trying to mislead the general public. It's terrible. I remember, I think it's Karim is his name. He went to Carriacou. He said, look, you have a lot of work in Carriacou. People are building back. I think his name is Karim, I think. Karim. I said, look, he saw firsthand what is taking place in Carriacou, and the people are building back and getting back on their feet again.
Now, I just came from Carriacou, and based on my observation up in Carriacou, the progress in the building back of the houses and things a little bit slow. And based on my investigation and based on my understanding, right, there is a lot of people in Carriacou with a lot of material below the house, on the side of the house, and I spoke to a lot of people and they say they have money to buy the material, or they get help to get material, or whatever the means of getting material. And one of the main issue with the slow build back process in Carriacou is availability of workers, contractors, right? And I see a lot of youths down here, just there on the block every day, sitting down idling. 10 man on the block, 10 of them want to sell weed. I don't know if they're selling for one another or if they're buying from one another. Everybody want to hold a little cigarette bag to hustle a little cigarette. Listen, in Grenada right here, helpers getting $60 and $80 a day. In Carriacou, you know how much a helper getting? $180 per day. $180 per day a helper getting in Carriacou, which is 2 times, right? 2 times the amount of money they getting in Grenada. Hello, go up in Carriacou and get some work. Stop sitting on the block whole day every day and barely need to walk and all sit down there and all helping all yourself. Jump the Osprey, jump a boat, go in Carriacou, all making enough money to rent a little apartment or do something. You understand? But don't sit down here every day in Grenada and watch people and pre people and jealous man when all see people with their things and all this kind of bullshit. Jump the boat and go in Carriacou and see if you could get a little work. Your work spoiling in Carriacou. Your construction work spoiling in Carriacou. Right? Don't just sit down here and watch man and vex with man when all see man with things and feel a little envy, man. Get all yourself together, jump the boat, and stop blaming the government for everything. We have a part to play too. All of them down here, all of them walking nowhere, all of them happy there. All of them just sit down on the outside watching people, watching their things. All of them watching who have money to go and rob them in the night and all kind of mischief all of them making. Stop this dunceness and this dotishness. Jump a boat and go in Carriacou. Your construction work spoiling over there. You have a lot of people that want to get things done and they don't have the workforce, right? They don't have contractors, they don't have builders. Everybody busy there to wait on this person and wait on that person to build back their house and this kind of bullshit. You understand? Jump a kiss me as boat and go in Carriacou and stop watchman and pray man. $180 helper getting in Carriacou right now. Right? And if you do the maths properly, 180 multiplied by 30, that's $5,400 a month. That's a little bit of money.
Right, and yes, you know, some people might get $120, some might get $150, $140. It depends on the work that you do. So again, but it goes to show that while the NNP and the surrogates and their people out there trying to lie and spread rumors and throw things out there, and look, and the majority of these people, they don't live in Carriacou, right? They don't live there. But they would call the Plead Your Cause program, they would call other programs and lie and spread lies. But look, Hurricane Beryl passed, all right? There are a lot of people who have properties in Carriacou, but they don't live in Carriacou. They're outside, they're overseas. So it will take some time for them to come back and repair their roofs or even the house. So you may see a tarpaulin or two over a couple houses, but that doesn't mean to say that the person don't have the resources or access to it to fix it, right? So look, at the end of the day, the government is trying its best to clean up Carriacou, to get Carriacou to where it's supposed to be. A lot of work is being done in Carriacou.
As you know, the storm came and devastated quite a number of Carriacou and Petit Martinique's livestock. Many sectors were badly affected, including the fishing sector, agriculture, and so one of the mandates from the Ministry of Climate Resilience, Environment and Renewable Energy is to ensure that we restore Carriacou, we restore the pristineness of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, and that we bring it back to some sort of normalcy so that persons can commence again in terms of building their lives and also making Carriacou much more climate resilient. Through the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority, in which we're the Land Ministry, we have partnered with the Ministry of Infrastructure for Project Pristine, where you would see there has been quite a number of different cleanup campaigns and initiatives towards getting all of the debris into sites where it can be compacted and shredded.
My name is Mr. Kevin Clark. I am the Operations Supervisor for Carriacou and Petit Martinique, Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority. Right? Our responsibility is to manage the debris that is produced by Hurricane Beryl. So we are at one of our sites, our point collection, Mount Pleasant. So the process that is taking place here right now is we're in the process of doing waste separation. So as the waste has been collected, each contractor, each private personnel that wish to use the site would have to come to the site and deposit of the hurricane debris collection. All right, so we have different areas in which we separate or categorize the waste. So at the farthest right, we have where we're going to collect our metal waste in terms of galvanized old iron, etc. Then we have at this section where the tractor is presently working, where we're going to collect our treated and untreated lumber. And also we have an area for collection for the wires that are produced. So the process is very simple, the process is workable, and we are applying as instructions are given.
So we are on another site, and I think this is Hillsborough. And I wanted to point out specifically what you're seeing here now. So as when you go through the different sites that we have as storage facilities for these debris, you will notice that at some sites the processing has already started in terms of the waste. So for example, here in Hillsborough, you will see quite a number of the tree debris. Some of the wood debris has been chipped by the wood chipper, and they are being stockpiled here now. So this is the type of things that we want to do. We do not want to bring on all of these big chunks and stuff as it is now in its normal state. So we are chipping it with the wood chipper. So as we go through the different sites, you would see that they have already commenced the second phase, which is breaking down the debris and stockpiling for transfer to mainland Grenada.
And all the sites, by now you know, they clean up everything. So the sites are clean. They got new equipment, modern equipment. So they completed. I was just looking for the video somewhere in my archive where they announced that they were able to get, the Plainfield, Hillsborough, and wherever they had the stuff, all that clean up, the galvanized, the lumber, all the debris and so on. They sort out all of that in Carriacou. Carriacou is very clean. If you don't know, I've been to Carriacou and I saw it myself. It is very, very clean. You would see roofs with tarpaulin steel, right? And it will remind you of the hurricane. But when it comes to the environment, when it comes to the debris, all the galvanized, all the debris, the lumber and all these old things, they got that, all the iron and the pan and the this and the that. Even the beaches, remember Paradise Beach and so on, where they spend hundreds of thousands of dollars having people swim, dive, and remove all the galvanized and all the debris in the water. So a lot of work was done from Hurricane Beryl to now. So Carriacou is back. So while the NNP's out there preaching doom and gloom, while the NNP's out there trying to spread lies and misinformation, the facts are there to show that things are happening for the people of Carriacou and PT Martinique, step by step by step. Everything will not happen one lick. You see, businesses are getting assistance.
I had a total loss of my business. All my roof was gone. I had to start all over again. Both my bar and my office space, the area where I do my car maintenance and everything. And during that period, I was out of business for 4.5 months. The Burial Reactivation Fund got me started back on my feet in December 2024. It was a great help started back my car wash and supplies area. All the employees are back out. They all back in the usual position. So I thank GDB for the assistance in doing so. I was able to supply all the things that are required to start back up.
Yeah, and look, remember the government placed $25 million in the Grenada Development Bank to assist businesses that were negatively impacted by Hurricane Beryl. Lest you forget that. So these businesses, they are now able to access loans and grant aid because I think they're getting part grant and part loan, right? Part grant and part loan, which is
The
good.
Beryl Relief Income Support Program, BRIS, payout will commence on Monday, January 27th in Carriacou and Petite Martinique. This is after an intense application process which started in December 2024 to build a database of those eligible for income support. The program, led by the Ministry of Social and Community Development, Housing and Gender Affairs, in partnership with the United Nations World Food Program, targets individuals who lost their main source of income due to the passage of Hurricane Beryl. BRISP coordinator Jenny Thomas outlined details for the Carriacou payout next week. She added that payouts will soon commence on the mainland.
Right, so when you hear next week, it doesn't mean next week as next week, that gone already. I am just playing those videos, as evidence that the government did a lot of work and continue to do a lot of work in Carriacou and Petite Martinique. So that payout, that's helping the people who lost their income and so on.
The Burial Relief Income Support Program, BRISP, has completed the application and verification process in Carriacou and Petite Martinique. We move now to the distribution phase for successful applicants. Distribution will be made through the revenue offices. Successful applicants will be contacted by the BRISP team and informed of their collection day as well as the documents they need to carry. Please note that only successful applicants will be contacted. We are completing our processes for the mainland and will update soon with regards to successful applicants and how they go about their collection.
Right. So a number of people got financial support for a period of time. Every month they were able to go and get that finance to keep them going. Right. So if you do the calculation, you'll realize that a lot of millions have been spent in Carriacou and Petite Martinique. It may be over $100 million, right? Maybe over $100 million because you're talking about $30 million in support for roofing materials and so on for people. Then the VAT, the removal of the VAT for the folks in Carriacou and Petite Martinique, that's revenue that government forgo. Government did not collect that revenue, and it's still ongoing. They're not collecting VAT on building materials and so on towards you getting your house fixed and so. So that is revenue. I don't know if they quantify it, if they say, well, it's $15 million or $20 million that government forgo in all of this, because they would know. Because remember, people are purchasing stuff. They would know how much. And then you have the Build Back Better homes. That too costs a good sum. And then you have the prefab homes. Many of these things are not free. They come with a cost. All right? Then they refurbish some of those government buildings. They did work on the hospital, the police station. They did work on, and we can go on and on. Schools, furniture was sent up, and we can go on and on and on. Vehicles were given to Carriacou, brand new vehicles. So when NNP, they're talking about where is the money from CRIF, you're talking about $118 million EC from CRIF. But remember, not only Carriacou and Petite Martinique benefiting from that or benefited from that. You're talking about St. Patrick, St. Andrew, St. Mark, St. John, the farmers. I think it was 20-something million dollars, 23 point something million dollars paid out to farmers, cash assistance to farmers who were affected, farmers and fishers who were affected by Hurricane Beryl. That too is a part of this, right? And then you had Nawasa, who benefited from the same CRIF, Grenlec, who benefited from it too, because they were insured too. So they're giving you this false idea that it's a lot of money, $118 million. And then in Carriacou, yes, they had the property tax exemption too, that they're not paying property tax, I think, for 1 year. I think so, right? 1 year. So that government forgo money there also. So when you calculate the amount of money, it is way more than the $118 million. But the NNPs out there giving people this false information. And where is the money? And Keith Mitchell with his lunatic self, in my belief, politically. He's a political lunatic, in my belief. And, the guys are where all the money and where all the money gone? And he could only speak to his supporters because many of them cannot read, write, or reason, which is sad, really sad. Right? Look at the amount of assistance given to the youths and young people in Carriacou. The amount of millions they had to pump into solid waste. This thing is not free. This is not cheap. Millions and millions of dollars they had to pump into solid waste to control this thing, to get rid of all the debris and so on. So look, it is clear.
The Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority and Caldwell Incorporated recently hosted an open day event at the Harveyvale Playing Field, Carriacou, offering the public an opportunity to view the newly acquired industrial machines for waste processing. These machines, which arrived on the island earlier this month, will play a crucial role in processing metal debris and rehabilitating 5 playing fields that were temporarily used for debris storage following the passage of Hurricane Beryl in July last year. Senior Communications Officer at the GSWMA, Myrna Julian, spoke to our news team on Monday.
So we have at the Hillsborough Playing Field the wood shredder, which was commissioned late last year, and now at the Harveyvale Playing Field, 2 major bits of equipment, and that is a metal bale and a throw-mill screen. These were landed in Carriacou in the earlier part of this month and late January for the purposes of continuing the process of ensuring that the hurricane-derived debris at the facilities, that is at Hillsborough and at Harveyvale, are processed.
She disclosed that training in the use and maintenance of the machines is ongoing, with the goal of processing the debris in metal bales to be shipped off island.
So we are currently...
We have gone past that stage already. All those things have been shipped in metal bales and all these different things. In fact, they're sterilizing, I think that's the term they use, the playing fields where they had the debris, Hillsborough and the other places. I saw it on the news. I think I downloaded it, I was looking for it. There, they're trying to get anything that's maybe stuck in the soil or in the soil or end up in the soil. Trying to get that out, and so that the students can use the facility for sports and other things like that. So a lot of work has been done by the Honorable Tevin Andrews and his team in Carriacou. But there are a lot of NNP, Goon, Zygote, Siko fans who have not even stepped foot in Carriacou. They never been to Carriacou from the passage of Hurricane Beryl to now. But they would go on programs and talk. And then you have those who are living in Carriacou, like Nolan Cox, for example. This guy is a pathological liar, in my belief. He goes on programs, say all kinds of stuff, believing that people don't have the evidence to show that Carriacou is bouncing back nicely, that work is being done in so many areas. Look at the amount of roads that they are fixing. They're fixing roads and drains and the botanical gardens that was back up and running. Things are happening in Carriacou. Step by step by step. Everything would not be fixed overnight. things will take some time to get back to how it was or even better. But we have to give credit where credit is due. They go on programs and they're just allowed to just say anything and lie and lie and lie. Come on. We could do better than that. After Hurricane Ivan, you know the amount of people years on who were under tarpaulin? Farmers didn't get no assistance to say that they got cash payouts and all that kind of stuff, or material assistance to plan back the spice and plan back those things. No, they had to fight up on their own. But now the NDC administration did a lot of work to help the farmers, to help the fishers. Even folks who worked on fishing boats, they got assistance, cash payout for months and months and months, assisting them with more or less a salary, like, to keep them going. And then the people who own the boats, they got assistance to repair. They got engines, they got this, they got that. So a lot of work went into getting Carriacou and Petit Martinique to where it is now. It's come on. But you have the NNP folks out there who continue to spread false information, lies, because that is what they're about. That is what they're about. You know, Panames, for example, he has not gone to Carriacou. The chatters on the street, this lunatic who would call programs and talk all kind of rubbish. These guys, they have not been there. They never stepped foot in Carriacou. But they go on programs because, you know, they are free to bum their gum and say all kind of nonsense. That's how they function, which is sad though.
Right, what happened? The shop destroyed completely, right? We get nothing from it. We still have a fridge on the side of the building there. That a new fridge we did, but you know what I mean? And then the stove, we lost the stove, we lost the deep fridge, we lost the standing fridge, you know, the whole thing. We get the funds from GDB, Grenada Development Bank, right? And we got a barbecue stand, right? We have it there. We were expecting to get a fridge and a stove, you know what I mean? We got a fryer, right? And then the electrician is expecting to come at any time. As you see, the building start, right? Right, the building start, and we're looking forward to get through at any time. We put in a little shop, right? Where you sell our goods, you know, rice, flour, sugar, and so forth. And the wife will be doing frying chicken and, you know, barbecue and, you know, this kind of thing. From the time we went in to GDB, you know, the people that came up, they were very cooperative, right? As soon as it is ready, then we'll get the goods. But they make everything ready. So as soon as it's ready, we just go to them and they will just give us the check for that.
Right. So you see, that's the $25 million that the government put in there to support businesses, small businesses, medium-sized businesses, you know, the businesses that were affected by Hurricane Beryl. So a lot is happening for the people of Carriacou and Petit, and they are hopeful. If you go to Carriacou and you listen to them, they are hopeful. And that is what you need, hope. So material assistance is coming, support is coming, the, you know, irrigation. So many of the farmers in livestock, they got assistance. Those who doing the poultry and other things, like, they got assistance too, right? A lot of work is being done. But the NNP, they're out there lying and seeing all kinds of stuff. So I thought that this morning I could just randomly just show some videos and put certain things out there, letting the people know that the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, they're bouncing back. Supermarkets, Kim the King, his supermarket is back up and running. There are other supermarkets that are up and running, back up and running. So it says a lot that businesses are coming back and things are coming back to normalcy, step by step by step. The bars, the, you know, just name it. They're getting back on their feet again. Everything can't happen overnight, but step by step by step, things are happening for the people of Carriacou and PT Martinique. And look, the NNP, they're negative. They just want power. The NNP want power. So they all there lying with the hope that the people are going to fall for that and vote for them. Look, Nolan Cox get his tail beaten in the South. Andy Williams, the Honorable Andy Williams, beat this guy bad. You know? He had to run from the South and run back up to Carriacou and PT Martinique. And then he believes that by running back up to Carriacou and PT Martinique, he's going to spread all the lies and all the misinformation. And then for some strange reason, he's going to get the seat up there. He believes that he's going to get the seat up there. But he doesn't understand Tevin, the Honorable Tevin Andrews. Boots on the ground, you're joking. You're joking. He continues to work very hard with his people, the people of Carriacou and PT Martinique. Right? But a lot of work is being done. You when you speak to business people, they're bouncing back. They're getting back on their feet again. But folks, I want to thank you very much for being a part of the program this morning. Don't forget the town hall meeting a little later. Town hall meeting a little later. Don't forget that. Starts at 6 p.m. at the Trade Center.
Get ready, Grenada. On Wednesday, March 26, it's time to dive into the future of our country at the first in a series of monthly town hall meetings. Join us at the Trade Center in Grand Anse from 6 p.m. to hear from the Honorable Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell and the Technical Working Group as they unveil our nation's oil and gas plans. Buses will be available for your convenience, absolutely free. This is your chance to learn, ask questions, and contribute to the conversation about Grenada's energy future. It's Wednesday, March 26 at the Trade Center in Grand Anse from 6 p.m. Look out for the town hall meeting coming to your parish. Let's fuel our future together.
Right, so that's today. Today at 6 p.m. Trade Center. Mobilize, organize, and be there. All right, it will be coming live too. It will be brought live. So if you can't make it in person, you will see it live on social media and on GIS, the TV itself. But nowadays, people they follow things on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, online, on a phone or tablet or so, or laptop on the go, right? So this evening, starting at 6 in the p.m. Folks, I want to wish you all the best. Have a nice day. I will be back with you tonight in the hub, starting from 8 in the p.m. And it depends, because if the town hall meeting runs beyond 8, then I will not be on. We're going to bring it 8 to 9, because sometimes the discussions are heated and in depth, and it can extend for a good 2-3 hours. All right, so it depends. So it starts at 6. We're going to try to bring it early o'clock, and if it stretches beyond 8, then I would not be on. We're going to bring that instead. Continue bringing it, because that is important. The town hall meeting.